Hey folks, Penn State comes home from Wisconsin Saturday with a 16-10 win over the then 12th ranked team in the country and is now itself the number 10 team in America, according to the AP poll, having jumped 9 spots, which may tell you more about the AP poll than it does about Penn State, but never mind. In this edition of Nittany Next, we'll look back at that very significant, I think, victory for Penn State and also look forward to Saturday's home opener with Ball State. So here we go. The good news to be gleaned from last week, it looks like Penn State has a defense, folks. We knew that coordinator Brent Pry's unit was going to be small but fast and very athletic. Didn't realize how small until you saw them on the field Saturday against the Badgers, who were always a big, stout, physical team. Didn't realize how fast and athletic until you saw them flying around making plays on Saturday. Penn State's offense was a dumpster fire in the first half. I mean, almost could not have been worse. But it was a scoreless game at halftime, in part because of Wisconsin mistakes, but mostly because of Penn State's D. Now, after halftime, the new offensive coordinator, the much ballyhooed Mike Yurcich, made some adjustments. Penn State figured out how to get outside a little bit horizontally and also over the top of the defense. They created some big plays, 4 plays of 40 yards or more, 254 yards after halftime, a couple of touchdowns, and got the lead. Put the team in position to win, and the defense held on, in particular with interceptions in the red zone by safeties Jaquan Brisker and Jair Brown that really locked it up. Brisker, Brown, this new defensive end who's a Temple transfer, Arnold Ebiketie, defensive tackle PJ Mustipher, who is the one big monster guy in the middle of their defense. Linebacker Ellis Brooks. I mean, a lot of guys really played well. And there appears to be a lot of depth on the defense, especially on the back end. I'm not sure that you can have too many defensive backs, but, Penn State is kind of testing that theory. Anyway, they held up at the end against a big physical team that should have been a bad matchup for them. I mean, Wisconsin is this big physical power running team, and Wisconsin was able to control the clock mostly because Penn State kept going 3 and out over and over and over on offense. Wisconsin ran 95 plays, and yet the D was able to hold on there at the end and physically hold up at the end, and that was impressive. And if you're Nittany Nation, that was pretty heartening, I think. There's a problem. It's a big one and an obvious one. Penn State was almost utterly unable to run the ball, especially early. The offensive line got beat badly by Wisconsin's 3-4 defense and obviously has a lot to work on. So, moving forward, Ball State, Dave Letterman's alma mater, yeah, Ball State. They won the Mid-American Conference last year. They have now won 8 games in a row, although their season opener this year, last week, was not impressive. They played FCS Western Illinois, and it was a pretty competitive game. Penn State is a 22-point favorite. They should be fine. But the problem with this kind of matchup coming off of last week is it'll be tough for the offensive line to kind of get its mojo back. If you run for 300 yards, hey, big deal. It's Ball State. If you don't, the reaction is, hey, if you can't push Ball State around, come on. So we'll look to see if the offensive line makes progress. We'll look to see if the Sean Clifford, quarterback Sean Clifford, coordinator Mike Yurcich marriage sort of moves forward. There's a lot of things still, up in the air about this team. But, hey, it was a top 20 matchup on the road, and they won, and it resonates going forward. And we'll see how it resonates on Saturday, 3:30 p.m. at Beaver Stadium, the home opener for the Nittany Lions against Ball State. I'm Mike Gross for LNP, LancasterOnline.com, and I will be there. See you later.